For the best in eyewear, call Dr. Leeks Optometry.
In this week's court report, an area woman charged with domestic battery back in September 2013, who was also previously charged with unlawful use of a controlled substance in June 2013, and who was sentenced in district court in 2015 by being placed in the diversion program with a 3-year probation term, was recently back in court for a status check mental health treatment investigation proceeding after 5 scheduled probation violation hearings. Tina Louise Banks has an appointment scheduled with a doctor Friday regarding her competency. During the defendant's most recent court appearance, Banks appeared while in custody, and the court admonished her in regards to this being her 3rd probation violation and noted that each violation was for drug use. The court also encourages the defendant to get into the mental health court and continued this matter to July 21st for another status check mental health court proceeding. A local man also charged with unlawful use of a controlled substance following his arrest has now been sentenced. The court sentenced Jacob Hardy to a total of $238 in fees and 19 to 48 months suspended with 5 years probation with all the special terms and conditions, including having the defendant complete his current drug treatment program and then being placed in the drug court program. The court also stated that Hardy has 21 days credit for time served. Hardy was taken into custody after an NCSO officer received a call of a suspicious person at a Pahrump home. Witnesses say Hardy was banging on the resident's door and was not making sense regarding what he was talking about. When an officer arrived, Hardy was being held down on the ground by the neighbor of the victim. The officer says Hardy displayed signs of being under the influence of a controlled substance like red watery eyes, confusion, and being very paranoid, believing that someone was after him. Hardy even told police that was his reason for contacting his neighbors. Hardy did not answer police, though, when he was directly asked if he was under the influence at that time, but did explain that he had previously been arrested for being under the influence of a controlled substance. Hardy's blood was subsequently drawn and sent for laboratory analysis. Also recently sentenced in court, the area man charged with indecent or obscene exposure after exposing his genitalia, masturbating, and following young females around Walmart. Matthew Inslee was sentenced to 364 days in jail, suspended with 3 years probation with all the special terms and conditions, and a total of $28 in court fees plus $1,000 for his evaluation report. Inslee did receive 65 days credit for time served, but the court held the defendant in contempt of court for 25 days for lying to the court. Inslee's drug test came back negative the day of his sentencing, following him testing positive for alcohol on a previous court date. Inslee was remanded into custody after he apologized for his actions. This has been your court report. I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.